Welcome back to Prime Sports Media. I'm your host, Andrew Hernandez here, and we are ready to get started with the 2026-2027 season here on Prime Sports Media. And we're glad to be back here and ready to go. Currently, right now, the spring sports postseason is going on right now. Softball right now this week is in sectional play, and then baseball also getting with regional play as it starts today. And then the boys track and field state meet is also this weekend, and also a lot of fun stuff also coming up already for the postseason. And then it's about time to get ready for the fall season, 2026 fall season. So as of right now, it is currently May, and I hope everyone also had a great Memorial Day weekend as well here. We had a great one as well. We went to Quad City Comic Con over the weekend, and it was really fun. So, and we're excited to get things started. So this video. We won't be talking about the season yet, but this is going to be all about what's coming up for Prime Sports Media this upcoming 2026 and 2027 season. So here it is. So conference previews will start in July. So we'll do football ones, we'll do volleyball ones coming up in July and then August as well, kind of before the fall season gets underway. Week 1 will be August 21st, August 20th, August 27th. That weekend will be opening week 1 of the football season, and then the following week will be volleyball and soccer and golf. Well, golf technically opens up kind of before everything first, as I know. So that's going to be what's coming up. Also, we'll be at 7-on-7s over the summer, and then some of the volleyball summer leagues also coming up. We'll be at some, talking to athletes about the upcoming season and all that too, and it'll be, another start of an exciting year. So basically, but also for it, we'll have the fall sports previews for every single sport in each conference, kind of starting in July. I think for football, we're going to start with the Big Northern Conference. So we'll talk about Byron, Dupec, Dixon, Genoa, Kingston, North Boone, Oregon, Rock Falls, Rockford Lutheran, Stillman Valley, Winnebago, and everyone in the conference there in the Big Northern. And then we'll talk about some new conferences as well. So this year, we're adding some new conferences as well. So we kind of figured, back in March when I was on my trip, I was thinking of, it's a perfect time to add these conferences because, as you guys know, we're going to add the conference. So this year, we're going to be adding conferences as well. So the conferences that we're adding are Duquesne, the DuPage River Valley Conference, the Fox Valley Conference, the Nick 10 Conference as well. And then we're adding the Kishwaukee River Valley Conference. We'll talk about them, the Southwest Prairie, the Free Rivers, and we'll still talk about the Big Northern, the Western Big Six, but we'll be covering a lot of games this year than ever before in the last 3 seasons we have done it. So this is season 4 for us at Prime Sports Media. So it is exciting. So for other parts, so this is kind of an exciting time for Prime Sports Media as as we grow and expand our whole variety of teams and all that we cover. So basically, but also we'll also be, we've been working with Fox Valley TV as well over this past spring a bit, throughout the postseason, tagging, collabing with them throughout as well. So I want to give a huge shout out to Fox Valley TV out there by St. Charles as well. So we've been doing a lot of great things with them as well. You know, and they're kind of excited too. So make sure to follow them on Facebook and Instagram as well, as they're growing as well too, and we're excited to be working with them as well. Also want to give kind of a shout out to them as well. And also, so for Pioneer Sports Media, we're also thinking of doing merch, kind of doing a little merch and all that. But we're kind of working on like ideas as well, the kind of how we can branch out, so we'll keep updates on it, depending on when will it be. So we're kind of still in the process of trying to get ideas of what kind of shirts and what kind of ideas we're kind of thinking. We'll have that, hopefully have it come out kind of before the season begins as well, before the fall season begins, before football, golf, and all that as well begins as well. Also, we'll be not only Prime Sports Media will be helping out a bit, like we'll be helping out sometimes with scores and all that. We'll be, if we're at different games or all that, we'll put stuff, send them to View from the West, NUIC, football and View from the West, be our good friends there, Greg Armstrong, Kyle Campmeyer, as well from NUIC, View from the West, Shimdog, I know they will send out scores as well, so make sure to follow NUIC and View from the West. Other guys who contribute to high school football here in the state of Illinois as well. So we'll be putting a lot of stuff out there for Pioneer Sports Media and all that, and we're excited. So the freeway expansion, I want to get, talk about. So we're expanding to the Quad Cities, the Rockford region up there by Rockford, and also in the western, southwestern, northern Chicago suburbs. So this is kind of an exciting part to it. So most of these schools we kind of do talk about, like, we're familiar with Geneseo, Moline. We kind of, we hear about them a lot in the, where I'm at. We hear about them a lot in the Western Big Six. And then, in the Duquesne, I hear a lot about the Batavias, the Glenbard East, and all of them. The Yorkvilles, all those schools, most of them time during the state championships, the playoffs, and all that, when we kind of check on 7A up there, the upper levels too, it is exciting, and we're continuing, to grow here on Prime Sports Media. But also, we can't wait for the season. So we'll be at some 7-on-7s this upcoming season. So we'll have the previews. They're coming up in July. As of right now, our first preview will be July 7th for football with the Big Northern Conference. And then our second one will be the Duquesne Conference as well. So it is exciting, and we can't wait to be part of Pioneer Sports Media, and for all the schools out there in the Quad Cities, up there by Rockford and the suburbs of Chicago. We can't wait, to cover you guys out there, as well as we're not just representing just the Rockford region here on Pioneer Sports Media. We're representing Northern Illinois. I feel like, this year it is exciting when we talk about, we can't wait for the fall, and we'll hopefully, we can't wait to see some of the new teams we talk about as well. So, it is exciting. So this was just a welcome back video for Prime Sports Media. So we can't wait for the August to go cover games, and also, cover to see who's in, who's gonna, make it all the way into November in the fall, and we're excited. So Prime Sports Media, for any sponsorships, out by the Quad Cities, out by Rockford in the Chicagoland area, where if you want to be a sponsorship, well, make sure to contact Prime Sports Media on IG at PT Sports Media, or on Facebook, Prime Sports Media there, and we'll get you, that's for any, small businesses out there, out by the Rockford region, the Quad Cities, and the Chicagoland area that want to be, a sponsor for the Prime Sports Media, throughout the season. We're kind of getting that, planned out as well, and we'll, keep it covered kind of before the season as well. Keep it, a lot of announcements coming up, basically in July, as once the season gets a little bit closer and closer, and we're just excited. We're excited. Have a great summer as well. Have a great day, everybody, here on from Prime Sports Media, and we can't wait to get going underway. And we'll talk to you guys hopefully, soon here on Prime Sports Media. I'm Andrew Hernandez. I'm out.